there's a part of me that feels like I should stop saying numbers out loud, which is really frustrating because I decided to do no wordy this year. And when you're trying to write 1 million words in a year, all you want to do is talk about your numbers. But there feels like a change happening in the air, and I don't quite like it. There's a competitiveness, a shaming going on. And so I kind of want to talk about numbers today. Numbers are a funny thing. We use them for accountability, we use them for bragging, we use them for goal keeping and score taking and all manner of things. But sometimes numbers can be toxic, and I have a bit of a concern that that is happening in the writing community and in the creative community in general. I see a lot of people being very apologetic about not taking part in Millwordy, and I don't understand why. It's insanity. It's sheer insanity, this idea that any of us are going to create 1 million words over the next year. And while some of us may hit it, others won't. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. You see, the point of a challenge is to challenge yourself and to see exactly how much you can do and in what time. But when you stop challenging yourself and start punishing yourself for not hitting your goals, well, those goals aren't healthy anymore, and they're probably going to hurt you. You see, when I decided to do Millwordy, my reasoning was simple. I looked at the amount of content that I had been producing and saw that it was within the range. Now, to be clear, I only said that I was going to do a half Millwordy, and I'm still sticking to that. Like, my new word content for the next year is hopefully going to be around 500,000 words. But that doesn't mean that I'm not going to try for the 1 million. I'm still going to try. Because that's all that can be asked of any of us. If you're punishing yourself, if you're kicking yourself in the head, if you're feeling like you are obligated to get all the words in, honey, you're doing it wrong. And I don't mean that to be insulting, because some people don't understand what I mean when I talk like that, but you're doing it wrong. Goals are meant to inspire you, to get you to stretch, to get you to try harder. And if they're not making you try harder, they're not good goals. If they're causing you stress, they're not good goals. That means you've set your goal too high. You see, for me, the idea of being able to do Millwordy was simple. I started with what for me felt like an impossible goal of writing 1,600 words a day. And then I hit that, and then I set it a little bit higher. Well, I'm going to try for 2,400 words a day. And then I started hitting that on a fairly consistent basis. And then I looked at the numbers that would be necessary to do Millwordy and thought, that's not crazy out of the realm of what I'm already writing. Why don't I try? Why don't I stretch? Why don't I see what I can do and maybe hit it, maybe not. But there's no shame if I don't write 1 million words in a year. And you shouldn't feel shame over your goals either. Look, nobody should ever feel shame about their creative output. Creativity is a strange, strange beast. And none of you should feel like you owe or are obligated to anything. You haven't sworn an oath. Nobody's going to come get you if you don't hit your goals. Yeah, people may be upset or let down or wishing that your stories would come out quicker. Because let's face it, no matter what rate you're creating stories, there's going to be somebody out there who really likes the work that you're doing that wishes that those stories were coming out quicker. So why stress over the rate that they can be done? Please stop stressing. Please stop stressing. I don't know how many times I have to say it, but I'm going to keep saying it. I've been watching a lot of people making goals, and some of them are lofty, and some of them are just like, I'm so tired of the rat race. Well, we're not rats, and this isn't a race. So how do you set goals? How do you make goals work? One, I like sprints. Sprints and I are friends. As soon as I started doing them, I realized that they were very good for my personal creativity. What is a sprint? You set yourself a timer. It could be any timer. 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 45 minutes, whatever works for you. And you say, I am only doing this task for this period of time. And you hold yourself to it. That's it. That's what a sprint is. I think most of you know that. Now, accountability is the second half of that. Maybe you have a goal for yourself. I try to write as much as I can, and I have a good instinct of what I should be able to do. If I'm doing a 25-minute sprint, I want to see between 300 and 600 words, because I know, depending on how into the flow I am, 300 to 600 words in 25 minutes is perfectly sound, reasonable goal for me to ask for. So if I'm over 300, I'm happy. If I'm up to 600 or more, then I did really, really good. It's not about punishing myself when I don't hit the high goal. And it's not about punishing myself when I don't hit the low goal. Punishment shouldn't come into this at all. Accountability is about knowing what you're capable of doing and trying to stretch yourself just that little bit further until you can't stretch anymore. So don't hold yourself to any standard that hurts you, that upsets you, that causes you pain. And so here I am wondering if I'm going to keep giving my numbers out, because I see people saying things like, well, I guess I'm slacking when I do. And you're not. Look, I don't have a life. This is my job. I do videos, streams, podcasts, and write. That's what I do. I have the privilege of being able to do that. A lot of people don't. So comparing yourself to me or to any other writer, because our processes are so different, I've been writing since I was 12. I am 43. I have a lot of experience with how my creativity works. And over the years, I've learned tips and tricks and little things that help me get to where I want to be. In time, you'll learn those too. So please, stop stressing. Stop upsetting yourself. Set reasonable goals. And if you really want a method, here it is. Charlie's patented method to proper goal setting. See what you can do, and then ask yourself, can I do more? And then try to do more. And keep pushing harder and harder against that wall until you find a wall that you can't get past. And once you find a wall that you can't get past, now you know your goal, you know your limit. That's as far as you can go. And don't try to push past it. There you go. Simple. Done. Dusted. You have a way of setting goals, because that's how I set all my goals. I know what my limitations are. I know what I'm capable of. And I try to set one goal that I know I can accomplish, because you need a sense of accomplishment in your life, and then set a crazy goal that you know is going to be really hard and try to stretch for it. But remember, that's a stretch. It's not the end of the world if you don't make it. Okay? All right. Thank you for your time. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, and you haven't already, please like and subscribe to this channel. It really does help out a lot. And let me know what you do. Let me know what you think, because that's how we grow, is by sharing knowledge with one another. If you'd like to help keep this content coming your way, down in the description, you'll find a link to my Patreon and my Ko-fi for one-time donations. Thank you so much to everybody who does that. You don't know how much that means to me, that you're willing to give some of your hard-earned money to help me keep creating content for you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. And if you don't have any money right now, it's all right, but maybe share this content, this video, this story with people that you think might like it, because getting discovered is the hardest part of the job. As always, remember, Black Lives Matter, Black trans lives matter, trans identities are valid. And until next time, I hope you have the courage to ride your dreams into reality. And don't forget to have the fun. Bye.